Hello everybody, this is Pierre. I'm going to walk you through a short tutorial on QiLOAD, the load profiler app. We're going to create a project and go through the different steps to add appliances until you generate a load profile curve. First page you will reach when you are on QiLOAD web app is the sign-in one, where you can choose either to sign up creating an account or signing in with LinkedIn if you have a LinkedIn profile. So I'll do this because it's quicker. And then you reach the dashboard page, which is going to be the main page through which you control the different projects that you can create. It's an unlimited number of projects, and every project will give you one load curve. The demo project will always be present. That's the project of reference that you can look at and dig into, and you can also create your own project, which I already did, duplicating the demo project to be able to save things. But if you want to create your new project, you just click on new project and then you start from scratch. We'll go through this one already created, but the steps are exactly the same with the new one. So the first page you reach is a simulation page where you are going to enter the basics of your project, meaning location, inception year, when do you want to start to model the load, and how long do you want to do this for. So this is already pre-populated with a city called Madeira, but you can change it and choose another city, just typing the name. Google will bring you directly close to where you want it, and then I will drag it manually to finish it to Madeira. That's how we would do, unless you have a more precise name of city. Then you can change the time zone. That's important for the sunrise and the sunset, and the daytime and nighttime, and autofill the temperature from the NASA database, including the daylight saving time, and this is important for the heat and the cold. You save your project once you finish this, and then you can move to the next step, who's creating the population of your city. Once again, this is already pre-populated, so you start in 2015 with a population of 40,000 people and 5 people in average per household, and a connection ratio of 60%, which gives you for the first year a population of 40,000 people and 4,800 connected houses. When you finish your exercise, you might want to say that you want to reach 50,000, but you can choose 55,000. This is totally up to you, and maybe less person in the household, and a connection ratio of 90%. So let's stick to those figures and say there are still 5% in the house. So you're finished with your population curve. You can add in between a major event if you want to. There's been a slight decline here, it was not really relevant, but if you want to include it, you can, or you can simply decide to delete it. I will not do this because entering an intermediate step here allows you, when you reach the facility tab, which we're going to reach now, to enter an event in this particular year. Otherwise, you cannot add an event, you will understand. So the first tab in the facilities is the residential tab, where you need to populate your different houses. Here in that case, it has already been created with medium income, high income and low income houses, with a split of 30% for medium, 10% for high, and 60% for low income. You can change the percentage, of course, but you have to check yourself that the total should be 100%. The app is not going to do it for you. So you leave it to 60%, for instance. You can create a new facility, for instance, but we're not going to do it. So it's house test. And then in this house test, you would do the same. Of course, you would need a percentage. But we don't need it, so we're going to delete this house. Then you go in your low-income house and you check the appliances that are inside the house. So you see there are already 2 light bulbs in there. 40 watt each, that are working according to the switch table from 5 in the morning to 8, and then from 6 to 11. And they're working only during the night, which means if one of those hours happen to be during daytime, it will not be computed as on. So you can save from time to time, it's not auto-save. And we are going to add another appliance, which is a radio set. So this is the appliance library, where you can either select an appliance in the built-in library or create yourself your own appliance with different types. For the time being, we're going to use radio set. So to add an appliance, you just click on the plus here, and you see that you have one appliance, and you can select actually different one, TV set, for instance, and fridge. You don't want to add all them, but it's just to show you. We will delete them from the other, and you had those three appliances. So you see now you have three new appliances in your house, but you don't want them. You just want the radio set, so you're going to delete the fridge, and you're going to delete the TV set. Now that you have the radio set, you need to work on it a little bit and say, okay, it's a big radio set of 150 watts, and it's on from 5 in the morning until everybody leaves the house, and from 4 until everybody goes to bed. And it's not day or night sensitive, and it's not linked with temperature. So you save your project again, and you say that for those houses you might want to include a weekly variation, like on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday there's less activity, and also a monthly variation in the month of August if you consider vacation time. Now in the medium houses you see that you have more appliances that had already been created, and in the high income one, same thing. So now you move to the community one, where those would be the facilities that are at the village level, like a school, for instance, a carpenter workshop, or you could have a health center here. So the school has been built with 1,800 square meters. It would have been important if you would have had AC or heating, which is not the case here, but in other locations you might want to do this. And you might want to say that when you start the simulation in 2015 there's no school, but the school appears in 2022. That's why you wanted to include an intermediate year in the population growth. And same thing, you had appliances in the school in the form of 6 bulbs, 40 watt each, and the table, and it's day-night sensitive. No, it's not, because even when the kids are at school, if it's daylight, they could let it on. School is off on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and also July and August. Same thing for the carpenter, and the carpenter is on from 2015 to 2030, and there's a carpenter machine and the light bulb. You can save. And then you can create appliances for a third sector, with industrial, commercial and industrial, and pre-created are a mill and a cement plant. So exactly the same principle. You had an appliance inside your facility. There's basically no real difference between community and industrial, except that they are computed in different places for easiness to access. And this one is sensitive a little bit on Saturday and Sunday, but not during the months. And you have a milling machine in there, was a very powerful one of 12.5 megawatts and was running from 6 in the morning, let's say, to 7 on the evening. So, and you can repeat this operation as many times as you want to create different appliances, to create in the community and in the industrial, and that's basically it. Once you have populated every item that is creating your load, you want to move to the result page and create it and generate your load curve. This would be your load page, your result page, sorry, and you just click on Run Calculation. It's taking a little bit of a time, but it's computing all the appliances day by day, hour by hour, from 2015 up to 2030. And the results are going to be available under the form of graphs from annual to daily. And you will also be able to generate a CSV file to import it in other softwares. There we go. So you have in the first part of the result the macro result of the simulation with the mean and max hourly load, the mean and max daily load, and the average daily load from the inception year to 2029, which is the last year. You get a summary of your energy demand, and if you just browse your pointer on it, you can see the split between the houses, school, carpenter, mill, cement plants, which are all the facilities that we've created. You can have detailed result afterwards from yearly load profile from 2015 to the end of the simulation. Same thing for the monthly load profile, where you can clearly see the impact on the weekend. And same thing for the daily load profile, where you see what your daily load profile curve looks like. So you've finished your simulation. You can move back if you want to the previous tab if you've added something, but you would have to run again the calculation. But you might want to do is generate the CSV now. So again, this is taking some time, but it will give you an Excel file with 1 line per hour for 15 years. And you can choose to open it, and then we will see what it looks like. Voila, there you are, hour number from hour 0 to hour 1,000, well, 131,000. So it's a lot of data that you can now import in other softwares. Thank you very much. I hope you'll enjoy the app. So it's a beta version, it's a free app. We've put a lot of work in it. We hope you're going to enjoy and find it useful. Don't hesitate to let us know if there are some bugs or if you would like to have additional features. And especially, I remind you the concept of the appliances library, which would make that tool a community tool, is where you can build your appliances based on the generic appliances menu here and create what would be your custom appliances. Those custom appliances would be reviewed by our team, and if we feel they can bring an interest to the community and if they're not overlapping with the existing one, we would add them in the built-in library of appliances so that everybody can use them. Thank you very much and hope to hear from you soon.